Royal watchers, something felt small on the surface just rippled like a tidal wave through the palace. A seemingly minor edit on the official royal family website, Princess Lilibet, never a working royal, born in California, has quietly vanished from her own page. This digital disappearance has left Meghan Markle reportedly shaken, reigniting not just family tension, but a massive public branding battle unfolding as we speak. This isn't another tabloid rumor. It's a symbolic act with real emotional and reputational consequences that reverberate through both royal tradition and modern media. Today, we'll unpack the whole story. What exactly changed online, why it matters, how Meghan may be processing it, what it signals about the royal brand, and perhaps most importantly, what's next. Grab a seat. This story goes deeper than any profile page. The sudden digital disappearance. Noticed yet? A recent scan of the royal family's official site once showed profile pages with writings and photos for both Archie and Lilibet. But in the past week, Lilibet's page, her name, her image, even her title, has disappeared without explanation. Unlike Archie, who remains on the site, Lilibet has been erased as if she never existed. At first glance, it may appear trivial, maybe just site reorganization. But for those who follow palace changes closely, this wasn't accidental. It wasn't relegated to archive, they removed her profile. Her existence in official channels was quietly wiped, and that silence sends a message as loud as any headline. The significance of the cut. Why should this matter to anyone? Because it's not just a child's profile, it's a symbol. Princess Lilibet, though born in the US and living a private life, is still seventh in line to the throne. Her removal sends a strong signal. She no longer belongs in the picture. Royal branding is controlled narrative. Cut an image or a person-designated figure from the official line, and you shift public perception. It says, "This person no longer counts." For many, this is more than pixel dust. It's a signal. The palace is rerouting history, reshaping the future, and redefining inheritance of legacy. Meghan Markle reportedly shaken. This wasn't just a quiet edit. People close to Buckingham Palace are offering another narrative entirely. Meghan Markle was blindsided. Deeply shaken, they say. For a woman who has positioned herself as a mother first and foremost, seeing her young daughter erased, even digitally, brings pain and maybe a crisis of identity. It hits at the core of her message: family, authenticity, connection. By erasing her daughter, the palace isn't just retracting names, it's challenging everything Meghan built around motherhood and representation, shifting the playing field beneath her at a deeply personal level. A strategic digital disassociation. This is not a one-off. It's the culmination of deliberate edits over time, cutting Meghan and Harry from official engagements, digital records, charity work, patronage, and now, even their daughter. Attending, no. Patronages, no. Mentions fading. Photos disappearing. It's a digital purge. Every removed item chips away at their visibility, a disappearing act on the internet that signifies real-world exclusion. With each update, the palace is clarifying what and who they officially support and endorse. Legal layers behind the move. Technically, the palace can edit web profiles at any time. Royal protocol allows it. But Lilibet's removal also anticipates more than code changes. It anticipates future legal adjustments. Reports claim Prince William, soon to be king, may issue letters patent to strip Harry and Meghan's children of HRH titles. Royal letters patent carry the weight of law. It's not just deleting a web page. It may soon be redrawing the very legal foundation of what it means to be royal in that lineage. This echoes the palace's previous decision to restrict divorced ex-royals from public-style usage. Now it appears to be extending that to grandchildren. The gloves are off and they're getting ready to sign. The HRH title showdown. Yes, titles matter. The Sussexes walked away from their HRH titles in 2020, a deal made with the Queen. But that hasn't stopped Harry and Meghan, or their circle, from occasionally using the honorific privately. Gifts, cards, and even social mentions have carried the label. That's sparked a backlash. William appears determined to enforce the agreement, privately or publicly, by stripping both titles, and implies that only working royals deserve HRH. His alleged move to issue letters patent further clarifies the line, "If you don't serve, you don't wear the crown." The branding war. Palace versus Sussex identity. This isn't just family drama, it's brand warfare. On one side, the traditional duty-first monarchy. On the other, Meghan, mother, activist, brand builder, positioning, as ever, and her family as independent yet dignified global figures. Both sides chase legitimacy. The palace through heritage, discipline, symbolism. Meghan through narrative, media, and emotional resonance. Removing Lilibet is powerful. It says the palace decides legitimacy, not Instagram or Netflix. This turf war isn't about who has more followers. It's about who defines royalty in the 21st century. Prince Harry's reconciliation hopes. Despite mounting tension, Harry has publicly expressed hope for reconciliation. He's mentioned wanting to repair ties, work on security arrangements, and maybe once again share family moments at the Queen's funeral or King Charles's events. But the digital erasure and potential legal removals tell another story. Hope may exist, but is it realistic? The palace's moves suggest strategy, not healing. Remove public references from websites, cut access to events, reduce titles. It's hard to reconcile with a disappearing child. The public reaction, a joined fracture. The story has triggered passionate responses online. Some believe the palace has every right to highlight working royals and remove non-working members. Others call it cruel, even crueler than stripping titles. It's denying a child's identity. The backlash spans Reddit threads, news comments, Sunday papers. The narrative splits into two camps, defenders of tradition and critics of cold modern monarchy. The debate isn't just about a website, it's an argument over values, image, identity, and modern monarchy's place in public life. What happens next? Hold tight. This site edit is likely the opening salvo, not the closing act. Palace insiders tell us further trimming will follow, removing Sussex names from other pages, official photo galleries, and patronage group listings. HRH titles could be revoked by the time William becomes king. Letters patent will clarify who gets what. Meghan and Harry are likely preparing a response, not necessarily fiery, but strategic. Perhaps through memoirs, interviews, or philanthropic pivots that reinforce their brand without drawing palace fire. The public reaction will intensify. As the tension grows, so will media coverage, commentary podcasts, and theatrical narratives ready to fill the space left in royal messaging. In short, this is far from over. The palace strategy, controlled, self-preserving, uniform. Beyond Harry and Meghan lies a bigger story of an institution under pressure. The monarchy isn't just managing relatives, they're managing a brand. That brand is united, consistent, lean. By removing individuals who do not serve, they're clarifying roles. Lilibet's digital erasure is a symptom of a larger brand refocus, one that looks smaller, cleaner, and more disciplined to a global audience tired of drama. This is strategic identity control in action. The human toll, emotional fallout behind the curtain. None of it comes without consequence. For Lilibet, born in California and raised away from palace life, this still stings. Erasure from an official narrative, even a digital one, can feel like personal rejection, especially when it plays out in public. For Meghan, it's not only about motherhood, it's a test of resolve, of brand resilience. To shake off the shock and rebuild requires emotional fortitude and media strategy, and it may define the Sussexes' next direction: retreat, regroup, or respond. Symbolism versus substance. At its core, this conflict is about substance wrapped in symbols, a website page versus a letter of law, a child's profile versus a title of honor, brand identity versus blood legacy. It's worth asking which matters more. If public memory is guided by web presence, then yes, the palace is showing who's in charge by controlling access. If titles still carry weight outside windows of governance, then legal moves may follow. This clash marks a milestone in a monarchy defining the difference between mythos and reality. One thing is clear: whether Meghan and Harry pivot or return, their children's names, and their own, won't be restored quietly. This digital edit opens a new, brutal template for royal storytelling in 2025 and beyond. This wasn't just a website change, it was a message, and that message echoes louder than any public statement. Let me know, did this move go too far? Or should the palace have full control of its narrative, no matter how personal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit like if this shook you, and subscribe for future deep dives into the palace's next moves. Until next time, this story is only just waking up.